So Nottingham Forest 1, Arsenal 2. Mikel Arteta at his third attempt against Nottingham Forest as Arsenal manager has got a win at their ground. It takes us 2 points off of Liverpool. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't great. First half was one of the worst I've seen, and there's been a lot. But we move on to Liverpool, Kenny, and you'll be there at the weekend. This manager's got a shocking record against Liverpool. 6 losses in the Emirates era at home against Liverpool, and 4 are under this manager. If he loses against this manager at the weekend, Klopp, is probably curtains to our title challenge. Smith Rowe got a start. Shocked. He was fuming when he came off. So was Zinchenko by the looks of it. But what did you make of that overall, mate?
I thought it was complete domination. I thought Smith Rowe, he took his chance. He tried to move the ball a bit quicker, but the first half was very, very frustrating. It was not entertaining whatsoever. Nottingham Forest were completely comfortable to the extent that you thought, this was going to be like a very, very frustrating 0-0, because I thought Murillo was brilliant at the back. First 15 minutes, we moved the ball really quickly. And, there was probably times when I thought we were going to break them down. And then we get into that little groove, annoying groove, where the next 30, we slow the game down a bit. And then teams, become uncomfortable against us. There was no, I don't remember any times when Turner had to make a couple of any saves whatsoever. There was a lot of deflections. And it's the same for our keeper as well with Nottingham Forest. But, I think what helped us in the second half is when Nottingham Forest went a bit positive, because sort of Chris Wood, and then brought Ayomi, who held the ball up a lot better. But when you bring Ayomi on, you got to be more attacking. You have to attack a bit more and be more positive. And I think that opened up the space, because before we got to go, Jesus hits the post. Once again, we opened them up. Good little play. Wish we took the shot a bit early, but he's hit the post. And I thought that's going to be one of those days. Then, we got a couple of gifts. One gift from our ex-goalkeeper, Turner. It's one of those things where sometimes if you shoot from difficult angles, you might as well have a go, because it can go 2 ways. Either the goalkeeper deflects into his own net, or you make a mess of it. This time we got a bit of luck, and then after that, Jesus again opens it up. Saka scores a good goal, and you think it's really, really comfortable, and then all of a sudden, out of nothing, Nottingham Forest get the grandstand finish, a bit like they had in the Emirates, and then it comes where you hold on a bit. But in terms of the quality of play, the pleasing thing is we dominate possession, but it's one of those things where that's how things are going to have to be, because these are people we're going to have to rely on to win trophies, win the Champions League, and win the league. Of course, they're long shots, because there's so many games to go, so many twists and turns. But this is a very difficult ground to go to, and I think they made a bit of improvement under Espirito Santo. But it is, take the points and forget about the performance. That's been my advice to a lot of Arsenal fans.
Yeah, that was a cure for insomnia, mate. I can't lie. It weren't great. Yeah, big up to everyone who travelled up to Nottingham. Yeah, because, bro, that was not a great performance. That first half, I don't think we had a single shot on target.
No, there was no trains as well going from on the East Midlands Railway, going from London to Nottingham. So a lot of fans will have to take extra coaches, either or car journeys through the the M1. So you've got to big these fans up. 7:30
and the time in the kickoff as well, UK time, finishing work early, getting back late, maybe starting late tomorrow.
And the weather's atrocious as well. You shake their hand, and they, this was a victory for the away fans, because our away fans are the best in the country. But in terms of encouraging signs, Smith Rowe starting was a shock, complete shock, and that was completely left field. I didn't expect to see that.
How do you think he played? Because he looked overweight to me.
You know what? He likes. You've got to try something different with team. If you think teams are working you out and breaking you down, then you've got to try something different. So he did all right the second half. Didn't really get into the areas we would like in terms of attacking areas where he could get into those positions where we know he could finish. But in terms of it was what I call a safe performance. Didn't make any mistakes. Didn't take any risks. Just did as he was told, passed the ball when he had to pass the ball, and that's it. You know, it's one of those things. You know, would he play on? Did he do enough to start on Sunday? You just never know. You never know. It's a different. He's going to do things differently. Who knows? He could try and do what he did in the FA Cup. He could play, you know, instead of playing, like I said, any of those players, he'll probably play Jorginho to try and keep possession like he did, which was virtually working in the last game. So, you know, Smith Rowe could be like one of the horses of courses matches, but hasn't done himself any harm. You know, in terms of Jesus, I thought Jesus, you know, led the line pretty well. You know, did try to make things happen. You know, got his goal as well, which is brilliant. You know, should have probably had a couple of goals. And Saka again, was in and out of the game. I think the goal did help his confidence, but after he scored, it was one of those things where he became a bit overconfident because he started shooting from all sorts of areas where, you know, probably, you know, times where he could have held the ball up and tried to create a move. But, you know, if anyone needs performances in the goal, it's Saka, because as we said, you know, it hasn't been a very good December and early January for Bukayo Saka, in my opinion.
Mate, he was awful again today. Jesus as well. Like first 20 minutes with Jesus, he buzzes around. He's 100 miles an hour, but he never looks fully in control of the ball. He always looks off balance and like he's rushing everything. Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Is that I think he's got a responsibility of trying to change the tempo, because, you know, by us being more compact and dominate possession, one thing we've lost is the ability to move the ball a lot quicker. So the person who we rely on to do that is Jesus. So he is going to be trying things. You know, defenders are going to get tight and then put him off balance, trying to put him off his game, and that's the way things are. You know, it is what it is until we get a striker. I mean, we all know now, you know, today's the 30th of January, tomorrow's the 31st. Obviously, mathematical lesson there. By 11 o'clock, we can relax knowing we're not going to get a striker or get any players, because, yes, face it, if you give your manager over £200 million, you know, I think clubs are loath to give them more money, especially within these. You know, they've always got their excuse, FFP, haven't they? So, you know, coming into the Liverpool game, and then we've got West Ham, a very difficult away game as well, you know, because they're at the FA Cup now. It's all about the league and the Europa League. And then after that, you've got Burnley, we should beat. But it's one of those things where, look at Newcastle. You know, the Newcastle being a bit of a rut. Bit of a rut. You know, last time I checked, they were winning 3-1 against Aston Villa.
Yeah, they finished 3-1. Yeah,
a team that should be we thought was going to go all the way in terms of like getting to the top four, but, you know, things are happening. You know,
that's our competition, Kenny, for top four.
But
that's it's a moral victory. They drop points.
Hopefully, we're not part of that conversation. We're part of a more rewarding, you know, conversation.
It is more hope than anything, though. Let's be real.
It's definitely more hope than anything. But all I'm saying now is that, you know, fans were desperate for strikers. Fans were desperate for reinforcements. But our best friends are going to have to be the players who are in possession of the shirt, and, you know, hoping players come for injury, because, again, Thomas Partey's situation, got all excited, saw him training, but according to the manager, he's as far away from selection as ever. And, you know, it looks like the same in Timber. So, you know, from now until the end, to the Everton game on May the 19th, we don't know what we'll be playing for by then. This is a squad that's going to get us through. Smith Rowe's going to be part of that. Havertz, we're going to have to rely on him. Jesus, we have to rely on for goals. Martinelli's got to have to get his goals. This is what they're going to have to do. They've scored 7 goals in 2 games, which is good. Got to carry on there. You know, carry on. You know, like I said, this is a massive test on Sunday. Massive. You know, Liverpool are banging form. They are conceding goals, but they can't stop scoring. You know.
And all of their attackers are scoring. Let's be real with it.
Yeah,
no Mohamed Salah, he's been ruled out the game. Yeah, but they beat us without Mohamed Salah a couple of weeks back.
Definitely. The only person who's probably not scored. Yeah, everyone's scored in the goals recently. You know, Gakpo, you know, has been in the goals recently. You know, Nunez, who everyone sees to take the mickey out of, is in the goals. He gets in those positions, and obviously, you know, Yotta's just shooting from anywhere. So, you know, very, very dangerous. And let's not forget that, you know, one of the things that would please Liverpool fans is that, you know, Trent Alexander-Arnold came on in the second half against Norwich, and so did Robertson. So, you know, he's got the selection headache that all managers want, and it's going to be a situation where we ain't gonna know probably till an hour before kickoff for Liverpool's team, and I think Arsenal would know that as well. So, how Mikel prepares for that game, you just don't know who's going to start. He could stay with Gomez and
29 is definitely starting. That's why Smith Rowe got minutes tonight.
Yeah, well, I think you would have thought so. If so he can hold the ball up. But you have to look at the Liverpool side and what we're going to come up against. Bradley's done remarkably well. Gomez looks comfortable at left back, but the fact is that if things go pear shaped, he's always got those two world class fullbacks to come on. So it's going to be a lot to deal with, but that's what you're in title race for. To be part of the conversation, you have to beat Liverpool at home. No excuses. If you don't beat Liverpool at home, you start thinking about finishing third or cementing your place in the top four. That's how critical the game is now. We've won, but you have to expect City and Liverpool to come through their fixtures. So again, we've got to start again.
Yeah, 100%. Make sure you follow Kenny Ken 1972 on Insta. I'll have the link in the description. And yeah, man, we're out of here. Jez is next. Check out my fan cam, and then Matty after that, and player ratings as well. And then I can turn all these bloody lights off.
Yeah, well, like I said, if you need me for player ratings, I am available.
Yeah, me, you, and Jez will do player ratings, 100%.
As you can see, I wasn't one of those lucky people to get a brief for the Nottingham Forest, but according to TNT Sports, we filled our allocation. Congratulations to our fans; you deserve it.
Yeah, the whole lower tier.
Well, hopefully
and
we'll be
upper tier, which you can't see in. Yeah, me and Claude there like this.
Yeah. All I can say, it's all about. The only thing I want to talk about this weekend is Liverpool at home. I don't want to talk about, the Ashburton Army not getting their allocation. Well, boo-hoo to that.
Yeah,
Stuff that it's football. That's more important. But that's the club for you,
Yeah, facts. Right, we move. Make sure you follow Kenny. We're out. Laters.